Happy to be with you this morning. And what I'd like to share as kind of an intention and focus for this practice is I participated in an interview over the weekend, and the interviewer asked me if I were to narrow down to one word, what is it that I most love about yoga? And it didn't even take me a half a second to answer. My favorite thing about yoga is this word. I wore this shirt today just for the occasion. It's probably backwards for you, but namaste. And so I want to start this practice and end this practice with the greeting of namaste. So would you just join me with your hands together in front of your heart? The right side of your body connecting to the left, this yin and yang, this masculine and feminine, and we come together as a whole human being. And the translation I like best goes like this: I honor the place in you where all goodness and love and light resides. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. We are connected. We recognize our source. An easier way to say that in one word is namaste. So I wanted to open our practice with that today and just bring out this idea that in order to see the best in each other, we first have to see that in ourselves. And that's really, for me, what yoga practice is. It's polishing the mirror. It's cleaning the glass. It's taking away the layers of self that are anything other than love and light and goodness. So as we approach our practice today, would you look at your yoga mat kind of like a polishing cloth, just getting rid of some layers of dirt and film that are covering up your true beauty and the truth of who you really are. So we're going to start today in child's pose. I'd like you to take your knees nice and wide in this first child's pose so you have lots of room to just kind of snuggle down into your hips. If you have a block today, have that handy. And I've been using this rolled up towel with tape around it that works really nicely as a block, as an alternative to a block. As you take a few breaths in child's pose, I'd like you to feel your body expanding and softening. Expansion and softness. For these first few breaths, let's use 3-part breaths. So the inhale brings the breath into the belly first, then into the rib cage, and finally up into the chest. And the exhale begins by dropping the shoulders, softening the ribs, and then using the navel to push breath out at the very end of the breath. So let's do that again. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, soften ribs, shoulders, and belly. We're taking these breaths in and letting them go through the nose. We're using these breaths just to help us be present and centered on this mat, this place where we come to meet our true, bright, beautiful self. Crawl your hands in closer to your body and draw your knees together. So if this is hard for you to sit like this, you're welcome to come up and stand on your knees instead, but you might want some padding underneath your knees just to make this more comfortable. So we're going to do a flow, a child's pose flow here that I really love. So the first posture is an inhale with the arms coming up overhead. We're just going to reach as tall as we can, fingertips lifting high, our hips stay planted down. And then as we exhale, bring the arms down and behind you, lean back into your hands. You could even lift your hips a little bit to stretch your quads. And then coming back to neutral, we'll reach the arms up high. And this time we'll interlace the fingers and we'll bend over to one side. Coming back to center on the inhale, bend to the other side. Beautiful. Lifting as high as you can, release your hands and exhale all the way back down into child's pose. And the arms come back down to the sides of our legs. So that's the flow. Exhale here. And then moving with breath. Inhale, arms lift high. You can come up to stand on your knees if that's better. Exhale, hands behind. Just lean and you can lift your hips if you like. Inhale, arms overhead. Interlace and exhale to one side. Beautiful, you guys. And yeah, you don't have to interlace. You can just reach your hands, lift tall, and bend to the opposite side. Lift. And then as we lower child's pose, we sweep the arms behind. Exhale all the air out. We'll do that flow one more time. Reach high. Exhale, arms come back, just finding a stretch in the quads. You can lift your knees or lift your hips. Inhale, sweeping your arms up. Exhale to one side. Inhale, center, other side. Reach as high as you can, open your chest, and then exhale, fold forward, child's pose. And then just begin to lift up into a tabletop position. And here in this squared off position with core engaged, let's reach the right arm forward and the left leg back. Find length and space in the body. Exhale, knee to elbow. We'll flow like that with breath a few times, just reaching out as far as you can in two directions. Reaching out as high, as far as you can, bend your back knee and either just stay like this or reach a hand back to find a foot. As you breathe into your body, I'd like you to just imagine that your body is this beautiful, clear vessel of light. And these postures are just designed to help us just kind of get down into the cracks and crevices and corners that don't feel bright today. Reach out and replace. Switching sides. And start to move with breath. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to tuck. Reach out, pull as far as you can in two directions. Bend your back knee and either just stay here looking up or reach back and find that foot. So there are a lot of things that can cause dullness and darkness in this vessel of light that we live in. Stress is one. Breathe in to clean out any stress that might be parked, stuck in your body. Reach forward. Release. And let's tuck the toes under and start to find our way up into downward facing dog. And just pedal here, friends. Shake. Twist. I have this image in my mind of cleaning a glass vase. And you've got to just get your cleaning rag down inside of there and kind of dig into the corners because you want that beautiful vase to shine and not have any dirt, cloudiness. So we just got to get down into the corners inside our body and polish edges. Let's walk the feet to meet the hands. And then just walk your fingers to the left and the right of your feet a few times. Just swivel around your hips. And settling here in the center, put a giant bend in your knees. Wrap your arms around the back of your legs, chin to chest, and breathe. You can straighten your legs as much as you like, or keep your knees bent and just lay on your thighs. Exhale. Releasing fingers down in front of us. Plant your feet firmly and hold onto your elbows. We're going to just raise ourselves up to a flat back here, and we're holding onto our elbows like a rag doll. As we stand up, bring your whole spine up to standing, and your arms are framing your face. And we'll just hold onto that elbow as we bend side to side. Your fingers are gently tugging up on your elbow, feeling a stretch through your triceps and your shoulders. And then as we stand tall, let's just peel the arms open, slowly finding ourselves in mountain pose. Release, arms up high. Swan dive, forward fold. Let's do that movement a few times, flowing with breath. Lifting and lowering. Moving from the hips. One more time, reach high. And swan dive low. Press hands to shins, lift halfway, and step back downward facing dog. In this down dog, friends, let's take the feet really wide. Come to the width of your yoga mat. Hands come back about a hand length. Put a deep bend in one knee and then the other. Just swivel your hips from side to side on your mat. And when you've evened that out, the hands continue their walk back to your feet. Turn your toes out and bend your knees down. So you can come halfway, or you can lower all the way down. Your knees will kind of let you know how much or how little they want. We're just going to move in and out of this posture a few times. And keep your hands on the mat or bring your hands to your heart. Just washing, cleaning the inside of this beautiful vessel of light. Where do you feel stuck? Where do you feel cloudy? And can you just bring movement and light into those places? Keeping the knees bent and the toes turned out, let's use our legs to help us stand up. Reach the arms wide to the corners of the room, and then let's sweep down a few times. Sunflowers, really great way to warm up the body. All the joints hydrated. Just movement with breath, with the intention of just shining more brightly, shedding the darkness, peeling off the layers. Reach your hands high, pull into that 5-pointed star. Turn all 10 of your toes forward. So your feet are wide and your toes are pointing forward. Bring your arms out to your sides. Chest is lifted. Hands come behind, interlace, and expand through the front of your body. Take a deep breath in right here, and exhale, fold in half. Let your knuckles come to the sky and your head to the earth. Release your hands down in front of your face. Lift to a flat back. Inhale to raise your right arm up high. Exhale to lower, and inhale to raise your left. Lower. Put a bend in the knees, hands to the hips, raise up, extend to a 5-pointed star. We're gonna flow just like that again. Exhale, arms in a T. Chest expands. Reach back, interlace your fingers. Inhale to open, exhale, fold. Hands to the ground, flat back, open right arm in a twist. Come back to center and switch. With a softness in the knees, abs tight, bring your hands to your hips, rise up. And we'll just do that one more time. Reach high, 5-pointed star. Exhale, arms out wide, chest lifts. Inhale and reach back, open up your chest. Exhale, fold in half. Head to the ground, knuckles to the sky. Raising to your flat back, inhale the right arm up. Lower and switch. And then softening the knees, bring the hands to the hips, raise up. Bring your feet a little closer together so you're standing in mountain pose. Let's roll the shoulders out, pulling shoulder blades onto the back. Breathing here. And then finding mountain pose. Let's sweep the arms high and exhale, forward fold. Press hands to shins, lift halfway. Exhale, downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, we're just gonna rock forward onto our toes and back. So we've got a couple of choice points here. You can be on your knees, coming forward into kneeling plank and back into child's. Or you can be on those toes. Movement. Motion is lotion. And if you'd like, when you come forward, drop down halfway into a yogi push-up, a little chaturanga. Again, on knees or toes. I'm just dropping right down to kiss the Buddha right here. Right in my face. Core stays engaged. You might be moving slow. You might be moving a little bit faster. Let's just do about 3 more times, forward and back. And on the 3rd time, let's find ourselves in downward facing dog. Breathing, lengthening. The right leg comes up to the ceiling. Spread your toes apart. A lot of us have feet that are just kind of crunched inside of our shoes all the time. Free the feet. There'll be movement there. And then draw that knee into your chin, set the foot at the top of your mat. And we'll drop our back heel, easing our way up into Warrior One. We're gonna find a little heart opener here in Warrior One. So interlace your fingers, bring your hands to the back of your head and press. Press back. I want you to feel your feet really firm in the mat and your body lifting up away from your feet. So on the inhale, let's pull back a bit more. And on the exhale, let's tuck the elbows forward and lean toward our front leg. We'll move with breath. Ujjayi breath. And release your fingers to the floor. Step that foot back, downward facing dog. Option to take a vinyasa. And when you feel ready, the left leg comes up high and we'll free this foot. Spread your toes apart from one another. Flex and point, circle the ankle. And then draw that knee to your nose. Set the foot at the top of the mat. Let's drop the back heel and ease our way up. Warrior one. Take your time, find your space. Feet are pressing firmly and the body is light and open. Let's interlace our fingers and press the hands behind the head. So bring in that image. My body is light, bright, and open. Inhale, press back. Exhale, squeeze forward. And all I'm doing here is opening the windows, polishing the glass, and allowing this brightness to shine. As we come forward, we'll release our hands again to the earth. Down dog, option to flow through vinyasa. Let's raise the right leg again, and this time we'll bend the knee and open up the hip. So start to notice what's happening across your quadricep, hip flexors, and belly. Extend that leg high, draw the knee to the nose, and step your foot between your thumbs. Let's drop the back knee to the mat. Flatten out that back foot and press up to kneeling lunge. We'll pause here for a few breaths. The left arm lifts high. And just let your fingers pull your body up while your knee presses into the earth. Find some space here. If your lower back feels strong and lifted, maybe both arms come up. If you'd like a little more challenge, press onto the front of your back ankle, full crescent lunge. If that doesn't work for you today, that knee is a great place to stay. And then slowly release. Bring the hands to the mat. Pick up your back knee and just get a little bit more in that hip flexor, quadricep. If you'd like a more playful choice here, take your left hand way off your mat, reach your right hand back to find that foot and open up through your chest and shoulders. Breathe here. Lengthen. Shine. And let's tuck the back toes under and lift that knee. We'll drop the heel to the floor, come up through warrior one and peel open into warrior two. Just take a nice wide stance here in warrior two. Good, shoulders relax down away from the ears. If I was in the room with you, I'd be walking around putting my fingertips on your shoulders. Just imagine that sensation of someone pressing down. Turn your palms, and as you inhale, straighten your front leg, lift your arms up, and lower back down into your warrior two. And just move slowly with breath. Good, one more time. Lift high, keep that leg straight. Drop your left arm toward the back leg And reach your right fingers as high as you can. Reach, breathe, shine here. And then soften that knee, come into side angle. Right elbow, right thigh. Left arm reaches way up over the ear. Stretch out long from fingers to back ankle. Take deep breaths into any places that feel cloudy or stagnant in your body. And this arm just crosses the face. We'll straighten the front leg and let's come back again to that straight-legged reverse warrior. And bending to come over the head. Side angle. And in side angle, cross your face and lift up again. So moving back and forth from this straight-legged reverse warrior to extended side angle. Straight leg reverse. Extended side. One more time. Sweep across the face. Lift and reach. And then that hand just comes down to the floor. Roll to your back toes. Step to downward facing dog. Pedal out your heels. You should notice a really big difference in one hip and the other. You have an option to flow here if you like. Take a vinyasa. Breathe and lengthen. Big exhale. When you're ready, raise your left leg high, bend the knee and open up across your left hip. Peel open that tight space. Extend, draw the knee to the nose and set that foot down between the thumbs. Let's drop the back knee, pausing here for some hip flexor love. And then pressing up to the knee, bringing this a little higher. Just kind of listen to your low back. Sometimes it feels better to stay down, hands on the ground. Kind of play around with that. If you'd like, the right arm comes up, and we use this as a way to pull up and out of the back, up and out of that lower spine, to put length in our spine. Both arms if you like. And then for a more challenging option, you could come to the front of your back ankle. A challenging pose, but a great way to strengthen feet and ankles. And then let's come back to the earth. With some weight on your hands, just pick up your back foot and stretch more into the quadricep. And if you'd like that gentle twist, the right hand comes off the mat, the left hand comes to the foot. And if you're choosing that option, just kick your foot into your hand, open more through your chest. Pull breath down into your torso, your belly, your hip. Beautiful. Let's release that. We'll come back to center, tucking the toes, and then just drop your back heel. Come up through warrior one and open into warrior two with your left leg forward. Shoulders come up, back, and down, and just really create that space for your shoulders. Nice. And then palms turn up. Let's inhale the front leg. Arms reach overhead. Exhale back to warrior two. While you're doing this flow, press into the outside of your right ankle. Really be firm and strong in that back leg. That's your anchor. Inhale up, and we'll pause here. Front leg stays straight. Back arm, right arm drops to the back leg. Lift your left fingers. Might even make you want to yawn here just to get more oxygen into these spaces. Exhale, bend the knee, elbow to thigh. The right arm comes up over your ear. And still anchoring down through that right ankle. Right arm reaches. And then let's create this flow. So crossing the face, sweep the arm back up to reverse warrior, straight leg in front, tilt to side angle, reach, circle back, and reach. You really can't get this wrong, so if this seems complicated, just move your body side to side, forward and back, and you'll be doing it right. One more time, reach as high as you can, open up through that side body, and then let's bend the knee, windmill the hands to the earth. Tucking the toes, we'll step to down dog. You can stay here, you can find child's pose, or flow through vinyasa. Deep breaths, full breaths. Settle your knees to the mat and shift your hips back to child's pose. And then use any props that you like under your hips or under your head to just rest here for 5 slow breaths. And when you've completed 5 slow breaths, bring yourself around to a seat. The body nice and warm. We're going to find our way into a little more hips, a little more shoulder. If you'd like to be sitting on a blanket or a rolled up mat, that's sometimes helpful to keep this neutral spine instead of a tucked and rounded spine. So let's begin by bending the right knee toward the left leg. And just sitting in this one-legged position. We'll reach the arms high and we'll come over that left leg. So you can use a strap around your foot if that feels better. And just breathe here. Maybe moving around a little on your hips so it feels like you are on the front of your sitting bone. And you're pulling your spine forward. You're pulling your head forward toward the top of your foot. What space in the body can you find in this posture to just shine, to polish a little bit? Where do you find dullness or cloudy or stagnant energy? Can you bring breath there? Just slowly walk your hands back in until you find yourself right on top of your sitting bones with a tall spine. We'll take a gentle twist over to the right. The left hand to the knee, the right hand behind. Press into your hips as you sit taller, and then just spiral. Just spiral your muscles around that long, tall spine. We've been scrubbing and cleaning. This posture is the wringing out the cloth. When you squeeze it, you just kind of see all the dirt, all the grime, everything you've been cleaning is just rinsed off. Ease yourself back to center. Extend that leg out and we'll switch sides. Find those sitting bones underneath you and then reach tall. Exhale, fold over your leg. The toes come toward the face. Breathe in, sink forward. Feel that front of the sitting bone more than the back. Your rib cage slides forward on your thigh toward your kneecap. Maybe the chin is closer to the chest. Exhale. Take one more deep breath in and sigh it out. Crawling the fingers back in, find that tall spine, and we'll twist to the left side. Right hand on the knee. Wringing out that wet cloth. Each exhalation, just squeeze with your abdominal muscles. Inhale to be taller. Exhale, wring it out. Let any of that stagnant energy, toxic thoughts, stress just go down the drain with the water. Cleansed and pure, bright. And then bring yourself back to center. Let's draw the soles of the feet together in butterfly, but it's more of a diamond shape, not quite so close to the body. And we'll slide our hands underneath our feet, placing our palms on the tops of our feet. And we'll just find a round back here, so tuck your chin to your chest. And I'll just give a caution here. This is a pretty big bend for your spine, a pretty big forward fold. If you have a back injury or osteoporosis, it's probably a better idea to stay in butterfly, but press forward with a longer, taller spine. Keeping that spine more neutral. But if you feel like you have a healthy spine, just go ahead and round down in that turtle or tortoise and breathe there. Let's draw the knees back into the center. We'll come into boat pose here. And so just sitting back on those sitting bones and drawing knees to chest. Shoulders pull down your back, waistband lifts off the floor. And you can keep your hands right here, just pulling yourself upright, or release your hands to your sides. As a fun and playful option today, we can grab a hold of our toes and kick the legs out. Come into, I don't know, ta-da boat. Just lift and lengthen. If you roll back, just giggle and try again. It's a playful posture. The knees come back to the chest. Let's set the feet on the floor, and we'll lower ourselves all the way down onto our back. Once you find yourself on your back, find neutral spine, hips and shoulders both on the earth. There might be a gentle curve behind your back. And we're going to move through flowing bridge a few times. So on the inhale, we'll just lift the tailbone, lift the hips, come up onto the shoulders. As high as you can, so it kind of feels like your rib cage is more vertical, and then roll back down. And just move like that through the back of your body with your breath. And the next time the hips come up, let's pause there to hold bridge pose. So here's a great place for a block. If you'd like, you can slide the block underneath you and just rest on that. That's called a supported bridge. Nice restorative pose where your hips get to be open, but also supported. If you'd like a little more work, use your strength to hold you there and bring your arms beneath you. Interlace the fingers, open the chest and breathe. Polish the glass. Breathe in light and brightness and space, and breathe out darkness, cloudiness, stagnant, stale energy. Breathe out stress. And when you're ready, release your hands, lower your hips. Find neutral spine one more time, and then draw the knees to the chest. Just give yourself a little movement on your back. And we'll extend the legs straight up in the air. This reverse staff pose, Viparita Karani. If you'd like, you can place something under your hips to support you in more of a waterfall position, but you might notice a passive stretch here. You could also have a strap in your hands around your feet just to kind of help hold your legs here. And we'll be here for a few more breaths, so you could even go to a wall. Let's bend the right knee and hold that knee into the chest. Squeeze nice and tight while the left leg takes its time lowering all the way down to the ground. And then pull this knee outward just a little bit, like you're trying to bring your leg to the outside of your rib cage. This is the Apanasana, downward wind posture. It's designed to just squeeze in your hips to help you like move things through. And sometimes it works. Sometimes it works out loud in yoga. That's awesome. All right, so go ahead and then just press your foot to the floor. I'm going to shift my hips to the right a little bit, preparing for a twist. And then that knee comes across the body, shoulders on the earth. I like to bring a block under my knee here so that my shoulders stay on the floor, but I still feel this nice twist through the side body. You might just close your eyes here and feel what's happening in this twisting posture of elimination, wringing out. Just settling, calming your body. Let's come back to center. Extend the right leg flat to the floor. Draw the left knee in and pull it with a little bit of force and squeeze just to the outside of the hip, that leg bone to the outer ribs. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then start to place that foot on the floor and just shift your hips to the left. Draw that knee over. Extend your left arm out. Let your shoulders be on the floor. Breathe deeply into wherever you feel this the most. Can you find another spot in your body that needs some light? maybe it's calling for healing energy, nourishment, sunshine. Take one more in and out breath here. And as we return to center, let's draw the knees into our chest one more time. We're going to make circles, so draw the knees outward, together, and back in. So just stirring the hips, that femur bone moving in the hip socket. Notice right, notice left. Is there any difference? And then place the soles of your feet together. Bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your chest. And see what you find here in Supta Baddha Konasana. Resting in this vessel of light that has now been wrung out, twisted, moved, and polished. If you'd like to stay in this position, you're welcome to. This is a comfortable place for a lot of people. We're moving toward final relaxation, so if you'd prefer to be lying flat on your back with props or with a blanket covering you, you're welcome to make yourself more comfortable. I'd also invite you to come to a seated meditation posture if that sounds enticing. I'm going to treat you today to another beautiful piece of music by Louise Vickerman, Du Tramonti, Two Sunsets, played on her harp. Continue resting. And take in these words. I honor, I recognize, I see that place in you where all goodness and love and light reside. I see your light. I see your beauty. I honor the way you shine into the dark corners of the world. And the only way I can see that in you is because yoga has helped me see that in me. When we come together from our place of light and love and goodness, there is no separation between us. We are one. Begin to bring your beautiful, bright self back by wiggling and moving and stretching in any way that seems perfect for you. Take your time, make your way to one side, and let's meet again in a seat. Once you find your seat, let your hands again come together in front of your heart. We'll end this practice the way we started this practice. Look inside and see that beautiful bright light. See what I see when I look at you. And from that place, then we see each other. And an easier way to say all of that is Namaste.